If you're seeing this video, it means that my health is not great. I've recently been diagnosed with adrenal fatigue, and rather doing what I normally do, which is just say nothing, tough it out, and get on with it through sheer determination, I decided to talk about this because it might actually be useful to other people that might be going through something similar to what I'm experiencing at the moment. And I want to keep this video as natural and unscripted and unedited as possible. So I'll just turn this off where I'm umming and ahhing because my brain fog is pretty bad. But yeah, I'll kind of give you the raw snapshot of how things are. So I'm 56 years old. I'll be 57 in June this year. And so I'm going through the change of life. I kind of call it second adolescence. And because of that, I've been trying to find a doctor that's suitable to help me with that, because a lot of medical specialists, as many ladies will know, are just not trained in this. So it's very frustrating when your healthcare provider doesn't know how to help you. So I've been fortunate enough that through telemedicine I found a fantastic provider in Bangkok. So recently I had a whole series of blood tests done at Grand Hantha here, which is fantastic. So sent that all through to my doctor, and the report came back yesterday that I have hypothyroidism, which basically means low thyroid, really low cortisol, and that's leading to what's sort of generically called adrenal fatigue. I guess some people used to call it chronic fatigue syndrome. And of course, I'm going through some hormonal shifts and changes at the moment, but menopause is not something that's widely understood by people, myself included. Plus I've got all of this together, so all of this combined means that basically I've just got no energy at the moment. And when you say that, most people go, oh yeah, I'm tired too. Everybody says the same thing, they're all tired, but it's not quite the same thing. So I work full-time. I have a wonderful job as a kindergarten teacher, and I absolutely love that job. So in June, we're coming up to our summer holidays, and that's going to give me the chance to balance out my health. And then in August, we go back to work, and I've got one more year left of this contract. So I actually work full-time, and yes, I'm a kindergarten teacher, which is demanding even for somebody half my age. My health has always been excellent because I'm a bit obsessive about my health. I eat properly, I geek out on a lot of science and health podcasts, and until this adrenal fatigue got so bad, until December of this year, I've always been into weight training as well so that I could avoid sarcopenia. But at the moment, I just had to let my employer know yesterday that I'm really exhausted, and there's a medical certificate backing up what I'm saying, that it's not just tired, it's much more serious than you realise. So I have every faith that I'm going to be able to continue to work with some minor changes to my work plan, and I'm fortunate that I work with a great team of people. It's not always something that I've been able to say over the decade of teaching internationally. So I think that side of things is all going to be okay. So with the help of my colleague, I'm going to be able to source both the hormones that I need, and there's a lot of nutritional supplements. So I've got an integrative health specialist. That's what my doctor is. It's able to link I guess all of the medical systems together with a holistic treatment plan. So she's looking at my entire system and what that needs. So that's just going to take some time to sort all of that out, to get the balance and the dosages right. So I feel about this, how do I feel? It's nice to have a name for things, and it's nice to know that the reason that I've been feeling so dreadful and just really nerved out and not able to cope with things and overreacting to stuff is that things are currently out of whack at the moment. But I notice with my personality type that just because I have a name for things doesn't mean now that I become the illness. You know, a lot of people identify with an illness and they go, oh, you know, I've got adrenal fatigue now, so that's why I'm tired all the time, and that's my excuse for my behaviour. With my personality, I'm kind of like, that's great, I know what it is, so now I can fix it and let's get on with it. So that's kind of how I'm feeling about all of that, and I really like that I've got this tough, get on with it and positive attitude towards life, and there's a reason why I think like that. So this adrenal fatigue isn't something that's suddenly come about and that it's because my workplace or my life is so stressful. It's got nothing to do with that at all. This is probably something that's happened a long time ago in my youth, my childhood and growing up, that I've been in incredibly stressful situations and unable to do anything about that. So it's just now tapped out all of my cortisol and I've got low cortisol. So I'm a Balkana. I've told you that I'm nearly 60 years old, and my generation of how we were parented was with lots of violence. Anybody that's of my generation from the Balkans will understand what I mean. So because of that, I grew up with a lot of stress and fear about my father would threaten to murder myself and my mother because women aren't very highly cultured in that culture, still a bit like that today. So you can understand that it's turned me into the tough-minded, resilient person that I am. So because of all of that crazy childhood, I'm really thankful, because when you grow up like that under that much stress, you develop a fantastic sense of humour and an ability to cope with things. But yes, the downside is that later in life now all of that is catching up with my body. But I'm just thankful that with modern medicine, if you can find the right medical provider, you can get help. So I really am thankful that on the internet now there is so much information widely available that if you follow the right sources, you can find out how to find the right medical provider for you. So I want to talk about that next. So YouTube videos that have really helped me out a lot. So I've been listening to a lot of videos by Dr. Mark Hyneman, who's a functional medicine specialist, and he's talked a lot about toxicity in the body. So I've got some of that as well. I need to go through a detox because I've got xenoestrogens, and that can be from like plastics and pollutants and contaminated foods. So my doctor's put that into my treatment plan. Then there's been a lady that makes the uncoolest but the most helpful videos. I'll put some link there on her as well. Carrie Ann, her videos have just really been helpful in explaining all of the weird menopause symptoms, because this is a taboo topic that happens to all of us women, but we're not allowed to talk about it. And there's just been a couple of other incidental stuff. I'm trying to think about Peter Attia. I think he's been interviewed on Diary of a CEO that does some really good podcasts, and Ray Chatterjee. Anyway, I'll put all of these amazing healthcare providers. Oh, and there's a doctor from London that I also like as well. He talks more about intermittent fasting and dieting. So I'll put all of that in. But anyway, because of all of that, I knew that I needed to keep hunting for a functional medicine specialist, because 12 months ago, I went for a mammogram in Bangkok, and that mammogram the information feedback on it was managed poorly, and it was the same doctor that I was looking for to help me with this transition to life. And when he said something to me, I knew from what he said to me that he really hadn't kept up to date with the research on functional and integrated medicine and women's health care and menopause in particular. So because of all of my background in watching all of these high quality podcasts, I was able to advocate for myself to find the healthcare provider that I needed. So because of all of that, that's why I'm in such a positive mental state about all of this. So let's talk about future musings about what's going to happen now for me for the next 18 months, because I'm on YouTube now, and this is going to be a public journey that I'm going to share with you all. And yeah, I think I need to open up to that and get some feedback from you all as well about how we're going to craft this journey together. So as I've mentioned, I've got a little over a year of my contract with work here, and I love my employer, and all things being equal, I would have stayed with this school because after 10 years of being an international teacher, this is a really fantastic school. But it looks like just my body is telling me, and life is also transitioning, and I'm listening to the messages that I've been sent that I need to move on to something else. So now I'm dealing with and trying to work out what's my transition to retirement, because I still feel that I'm a very young and fit 56, soon 57 by the time I finish, like 58 coming up for 59. So I guess that I started YouTube because Myanmar is such an interesting country that very few people know about. So I started on this YouTube journey, and then at the same time my health has been going not so great. So I think that the message the universe is telling me is that it's time to start my transition plan now. So I guess that I'm thinking about my transition to retirement strategy, because I'm too young to retire, but my body's not hacking being a full-time kindergarten teacher. And as I said, some people even their 30s find that being pretty exhausting. So I have to work out what the visa situation here is in Myanmar, because currently my employer takes care of all of that. But how I'm feeling at the moment, I really love living in Myanmar, and I'd like to continue to stay on for the foreseeable future. So I have to find out, I know that they don't have as many classes of visas like digital nomad visas or retirement visas, but I need to research into that more. And it's sort of getting a feeling that I'm really into good deeds and charity works and that. So I was thinking, could I work for an NGO? I'd be very interested to do NGO work and maybe combine that with my YouTube stuff, I guess. So I would continue to be Myanmar YouTuber, and then I could also do some, continue to do good works through an NGO. Maybe that would help me to keep active. And it's mainly the social connections that I'm needing, because when you work, you don't realise that it's keeping you connected, and it's giving you a reason to get up in the morning and go out the house. I'm really worried that if I'm a full-time YouTuber, I may never get out of my pajamas each day, and the less social contact that you make, the less social contact you need. And we've all been through COVID, and you know how weird the brain gets when we don't have social contact. So I'm trying to kind of work through all of that, but it's too early to have the answers, but I'm just putting it out there to the universe now. So that's what's going on with me. So I don't know how my health is going to be, and if you're interested in this journey, maybe every now and again I might post an update. So let me know in the comments below. So I'm going to continue to push on, trying to improve my channel, giving you quality content on life here in Myanmar, but occasionally my health might just get the better of me, but this is a short-term thing, and I'm hoping to get on top of it definitely by the time I come back for work in August this year. In the meantime, it's out from the not so energetic and very tired Miss Lisa in Yangon, Myanmar. Catch you in the next one.